Our trail hunters' adventures were derailed this week due to COVID-19, as a family member is fighting this stupid virus. So this week, my daughter and I made our return to Big South Fork to do the short Sunset Overlook Trail to at least get some trail time in and some awesome Big South Fork views. Afterwards, we made the short drive to the historic town of Rugby, Tennessee, so a couple of history buffs could take in a tour, soak up a bit of early British American history. Come join us. Hello viewers, this is kind of a somber intro. I'm in Big South Fork with my daughter. We're just going to do a simple little hike to Sunset Overlook. As you can see, Ian is not with us. Unfortunately, COVID has struck our family. He's right now with his wife, his father-in-law. He's sitting in a hospital on a ventilator right now due to COVID-19. Things are not looking good. Hopefully he will recover from this. But he is understandably with his wife right now during this time. Wasn't sure what to do, so I just decided to do just this little hike here with Cheyenne. This wasn't the big hike that I had planned for today, but things change. Not sure what else to say, but this will probably be a short video. And we'll be back. As you can see, it's a pretty forested little area. Haven't been to Big South Fork all summer. This is one of our favorite places to go. I know this summer we kind of spent a lot of time in Cherokee National Forest. But considering stuff going on, just decided to stay kind of close to home. I don't know what that is over there. That's the trail though. I'm curious of what this is. It's a parking lot that obviously hasn't been used in a while. I don't see any signs. I see some police roof lights. Huh, don't know what it is. Doesn't look like it's been used in a while. Yep. Back to the trail. I don't know. Don't know what this is. Be back. Another little swampy area. It's the second little swampy area we've seen along the way. Whoa. Watch these tree roots, kind of slippery. Okay, be back. Oh yeah, this is pretty much just a walk in the woods. Of course, I pretty much knew it would be. Didn't have any real points of interest until we get to the Overlook at the end. Which is pretty much how we're going for. Just get to the Overlook. Take some shots. And then head back. And then see what else we're going to do today. Try to keep busy. So yeah, be back. Yeah, it looks like we're on approach of the Sunset Overlook. Huh, bunch of mountain laurel. You can hear the river in the distance. And we got some pines. see things opening up ahead. Looks like we are here. Wow. Typical Big South Fork. Lots of spots with awesome views. Be back. Mountain Muse. The beauty of the mountains sparks creativity in the hearts and souls of young and old for all the world to see. The music of the mountains drifts in the country air and floats around each part of town and softly lingers there. The spirit of the mountains dwells in the autumn hues in bronze and gold and story told to rouse the mountain muse. Pamela Joyce Randolph. I love the mountains. I love the wilderness. I look out into this horizon and wish I could just spread my wings and fly. Even though my body is unable, my soul is unrestricted, and I feel it soaring above this beautiful vista, and it is here my heart beats its strongest. Just get out there and hike, everybody. So, we're at Sunset Overlook. Big South Fork.
It's got those cool flowers, man.
Quite a bit a ways up. I think that's the Big South Fork River right there. Big South Fork is just loaded with overlooks like this. In fact, there's another one. Probably can't see it on the camera, but there's another one straight ahead over there. You can see the railing. And there's probably another one there. Big South Fork is notorious for them. That's why I love this place. Check out that engraving on the stone. I know what that means, but I just can't think of it right now. I have to look it up. Not sure why it's there. Looks like it's been there a while. I'll look it up later. So yeah, this is the end of this trail. Now it's just going back. Not sure what else we'll get into, but we'll get into something. We'll be back. Alrighty. Yeah, short video. That was the Sunset Overlook Trail. It's only like a little less than 3 miles long. No, like I said, no points of interest to it except for the end, which is, I mean, that's what this trail is all about, the overlook at the end. So, we're gonna go do something else, not sure what. I'm almost by the car. And yeah, I debated on even filming this one because it's gonna be such a short hike, but here it is. So like and subscribe to our channel. We would really appreciate that. Really appreciate the support that those of you that have subscribed have given us. And not sure, hopefully Ian's father-in-law will pull out of this and we'll have good news next week. That's what I'm hoping for. And hopefully he will be back next week for our next adventure. But until then, y'all stay safe, look out for each other, stay healthy, and just everyone be good to one another. And keep your stick on the ice. Okay, so we did decide to go somewhere else. We are in Rugby, Tennessee. And if you're not familiar, it is an old, late 1800s British settlement. A lot of the old British buildings are still here.
It's supposed to be like a little utopian society type thing, settled by some British noblemen. I can't remember the names, but I'll be sure to get it in the video. We're waiting on a tour, which will start in about 15 minutes, that will tour some of these old buildings. Like right over there, it's one of the original structures. Over there is an Episcopal church from the time period. This looks like the old school. Anyways, yeah, we'll get to go inside these places and we'll check it out. We'll get back to you as soon as everything starts.
Rugby was founded in 1880 as a British colony in the United States by Thomas Hughes, the best-selling author of the hugely popular book of the time, Thomas Brown's School Days. He was also a social reformer and financed the Rugby colony so England's second sons could move to America for a second start. It was envisioned as an experimental utopian colony. While Hughes' experiment failed, a small community lingered in Rugby. In the 1960s, residents, friends, and descendants began restoring the original layout of the community, preserving surviving structures, and reconstructing others. Rugby's Victorian architecture and picturesque setting has made it a popular tourist attraction. In 1972, Rugby was listed on the National Register of Historic Places.
So this is the formal parlor. This is where they would have entertained guests. And as you can see, we have the typical Victorian furniture, very low to the ground.
Oh,
I can only assume they were a much shorter generation.
I was going
of
to say,
people.
they must have been shorter.
Now we have Queen Victoria up on the wall. She would have been the reigning monarch at the time this house was built. And she herself was only 5'2". So she was actually a very tiny woman.
But you're 5'2".
Now if you look, you'll notice that the curtains are puddling on the floor. It's a little bit of Victorian showing off. If you could afford the extra fabric, you would puddle your curtains on the floor. Now, being from Tennessee, I don't want my curtains touching the floor. So, because I know what can hide in there. There were 7 of these pianos brought in the 1880s. This one was rescued from the first Tabard Inn when it was on fire. Still plays fairly well. And we do have a lady that comes in and plays Christmas carols on it at Christmas in Rugby.
We'll have to come here.
So I think it's a beautiful old piano.
Yeah, I heard that it's shaped this way because it would fit in the back of a wagon.
Oh, okay.
Was that true or not?
That I don't know. I've never heard that say.
Yeah.
But
That's why it was shaped this long way. Cause
can you imagine moving this in a fire though? I bet this thing weighs a lot. Now the beautiful statue here, there is a scene in our film that shows Madam Hughes sitting in her wheelchair. There are 3 bedrooms upstairs. We have moved Thomas's bedroom down here.
Oh.
So we have the beautiful hand-carved bed, again very low to the ground. We have a chamber pot under that side over there. We have the steamer trunks that they would have brought their clothes over on the ship. And
This is all original too? All the stuff?
Most of it is, yes. Yep. I think these are beautiful.
Yes, I would love to have one of those.
Now this is Mr. Thomas's desk. His mother had this made for him. So when he was here for his 2 weeks a year, he would have worked at this desk. He has a picture of his brother Hastings. We have the ink wells.
Oh, sweet.
We have the blotter. If you had a blob of ink, you would blot it up with that. And that is a sandwich carrier. So you could hang it on your belt and take your sandwich with you.
Oh, there's another trunk.
Now this wonderful piece right here was also rescued from the first Tabard Inn. It is, of course, a dresser or a chest of drawers. It still works fairly well for being from 1884, but what's unique is it has this hinge on here. This would have fit over the top drawer, caught all the others, and you could have locked your valuables up when you left your room.
I have never seen that before.
Well, come on over and have a close-up look at it.
That is pretty awesome.
So it just tells me even in the 1880s they had to lock their stuff up.
Yeah.
Times have not changed
No,
much, have they?
unfortunately, when it comes to that.
Even look at the hinges on the doors. I mean, I think even these hinges are just absolutely beautiful. They cared how every bit of their houses looked. Now, all the furniture in this room has been brought in from other houses here in Rugby to put in this room. So the china cabinet came from one of the houses called Twin Oaks. They say these two big glass pieces on either side represent the two big black oak trees that are out front. Thus, they named it Twin Oaks. But what I love about it is the wonderful platter storage. I'm always looking for some place to put that turkey platter. So I really like that.
Now,
Now
don't
you'll
make stuff
notice
like
right
that
here
anymore.
we have character sketches of Charles Dickens. We have taken those and framed them and put them on the wall. Thomas, being the writer of Tom Brown's School Days and many, many other books, he knew Charles Dickens back in England, so it's just a tribute to his friend, Mr. Dickens. Now the beautiful little rocking chair here was actually sent back to Rugby by Thomas Hugh's great-great-nephew David. That is Thomas Hughes and his wife Fanny's rocking chair. And very tiny. But you know, I find even the table, most of our dining tables are a little higher than this. I think it's very low. So
Very
this
low.
came from Newberry House. I don't know which way you came into the village today, but if
That
you
way.
okay, if you drive up through town, you'll see a pond. Behind the pond is Newberry House. It's an 1880s overnight lodging, still is today. Thomas had a dinner there for 65 people, and that's where the table came from. And the china on the table is Madam Hughes' everyday china. Any questions so far? I've got my 1880s fan over here for when it was 100 degrees outside. Now this beautiful piece did come from Uffington House. Now Uffington House is Madam Hughes' home. It is down on the right with a big arbor down the front. You're welcome to pull up in the driveway and walk around and look in the windows, but that is where Madam Hughes lived, and this is from her house. And I have been telling everybody since I discovered this, come over here and lift this coffee pot. And
Lift
that's
it?
an empty coffee pot.
Oh my goodness.
I said to somebody, I said, I know why they have servants to pour the coffee. Because that's not even got coffee. Can you imagine how heavy that would be? Yeah, the teapot is not heavy. I think it's pewter maybe. But I think that's solid silver. That
Look at the craftsmanship on there though.
I'm just like, boy, you could get some muscles if you had to pour that coffee. Now this is the kitchen. And if you look out the back, you'll see the water pump. We have the dry sink and the washboard. Up here we have a juicer. We have a rug beater hanging by the window over here. We have butter molds, butter churn. And this is a Kalamazoo, Michigan wood stove, which was the original wood stove from Newberry House. It is a 6-burner with a water reservoir. So while you were cooking, you could have hot water. And you also have a warming unit. And of course the irons to iron your clothes.
Totally versatile.
It is just absolutely amazing, the things that they have. Oh, you can smell those boxwoods. and has been since 1880. They had church this morning.
Oh, cool.
Just watch your step up. It kind of sneaks up on you a little bit there. You're welcome to have a seat in the pews. I'm just going to turn lights on. So welcome to Christ Church Episcopal. Like I said, this is still a working church, and as you can see, it is an 1887 building.
Wow.
We still have almost 95% of the original windows. If you look at it, it's still got the wonky glass. My favorite one is that one over there with the ribbons.
Yeah,
and
this one here.
yeah, it's really got some nice markings in it. So it's easier for me to tell you what's not original than everything that is. So what's not original is the central heat and air, the electricity, and the Yamaha organs. But the pews, the kneeling benches, all the walnut pieces, everything you see is original to the church. Now these beautiful overhead lamps, they are the ones you would have pulled down, filled with oil, lit. There's a pulley system to raise them back up. And at the end of the service, they would use that little round thing in the middle as a snuffer to put the flames out.
Oh, I see that. That was so cool. No one's ever pointed that out before.
And then the stained glass window back here was a gift of Bishop Quintard. It was brought in from Germany in the 1880s to put in the church. And as you can see, we have lilies for the resurrection, grapes and wheat for communion, Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. And then the two names, pardon me. I had to sneeze. Oh my goodness, where did that come from?
It's dusty in here.
So the two names are, one is Margaret Hughes, of course, Thomas's mother. But the other side is Mary Blacklock. And she was the mother of one of the first vicars of the church. And I think Bishop Quintard put their names in the stained glass window simply because they were two ladies that worked hard at keeping this church going in those early years. Now the two panels on either side of the altar that are painted burgundy with the white fleur-de-lis, those are painted in buttermilk paint and have not been touched since 1887. So welcome to the Thomas Hughes Public Library. Opened October 5th, 1882. There are 5,000 books from 39 different publishing companies and 2,000 books from the people that lived here. Yes, these are the books. So you know all about this, volumes of this. This is called The War of the Rebellion, the official records of the Union and Confederate armies. Runs all the way down here and back across the bottom. These right here, Encyclopedia Britannica, 9th edition.
The 9th edition?
Above the ladder, two shelves, those brown books are a complete set of Dickens.
Which ones?
The brown ones.
Oh my goodness.
On these shelves right over here, the bottom shelf that's even with the window is poetry. The next one up is Shakespeare, complete works.
Look, Homer's Odyssey.
Yes. But look
Tennyson.
Oh yeah, and down here too. All of these, Chaucer, all those famous poets from that time period. It just amazes me what we have in here.
Shakespeare. I could live in here.
Absolutely. Do you know what's my favorite? Look at this set of Shakespeare. This is a pocket-sized Shakespeare. I should have gloves on. Let me put my glove on so that I don't get... Look at the size of the print in that. And this one is Anthony and Cleopatra. I would need a magnifying glass after the first 2 or 3 pages. But that's a whole set of Shakespeare.
See, nobody's shown me that before.
Really?
Well, the last time I was in a tour here, there was a big group.
I like it when it's a smaller
Yeah.
group. So, have you ever heard of phrenology?
Phrenology, no.
Okay, in Victorian times, they thought the shape of your head and the bumps on your head told your whole personality. We actually have a whole set of phrenology journals.
Wow, they must have really took it serious.
They did. I mean, it's all been debunked now because modern medicine, you know. Now over here, this was a lending library till 1950. When the schoolhouse closed, the library quit lending. These are all the juvenile books. And you can tell that the children truly, truly enjoyed the library because the books are probably the most well-worn books in the library.
Well, they weren't distracted by cell phones and...
This is one volume that I have always wanted to look at, and I'm going to do it today. The Floating Light. No, I want the Arabian Nights. Did I miss the Arabian Nights? I bet it's the next one. I saw it. Where did it go? Oh man, I thought it was right in here. Maybe it was, and I must have missed. Oh, the Hudson Bay. Being Canadian, I'll look at the Hudson Bay book. Who was this? Doesn't have a year, does it? The Everyday Life of the Wilds of North America. Oh,
there it is.
1882. Is that what it? Yeah.
Yes, 1882.
So cool. So cool. I know Arabian Nights is here because I saw
There's
it.
Pirate City.
Yeah.
Kind of close. Tiger and the Prince.
I know I looked at them. African Adventures and Adventures. And Adventurers. Yeah, because somebody else just the other day said, oh, there's Arabian Nights. And I'm like, okay. I couldn't find it now. Oh, I'm on the wrong shelf. That's why.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
There's 2 volumes.
2 volumes. I wanted to see what year this was, actually. There's a paper on there. I don't know if it says. Let's see the next page. Let me take it here to the table. Oh, yes, it's...
There's a sticker that says 1892 on it.
Oh, okay. Estes and Laurie.
1882. 1882.
1882. Wow. I love it.
Oh my goodness.
Cool. So interesting. But yeah, some of these I've always wanted to look at. You can't do it on a big tour. Yeah, I always tell them if Andersen's Fairy Tales. Hans Christian Andersen. I don't get a chance to do this very often. Yeah, Hans Christian Andersen. Wow.
1882.
is when they donated it, so that's when it came. And where did I just
Right here.
Cool. I better.
Yeah, we could spend the rest of the tour in here.
And we do have some bookmarks there if you're interested in any bookmarks.
Want a bookmark, kiddo?
And do you have any questions for me, please? If you've got any questions, please feel free to ask.
The original Hughes Library, Rugby, Tennessee. My favorite, most awesome building in this little town.
Yes, I do.
Cool.
So the level we're going to go into is actually the one-room schoolhouse. And so there you go. And there is the schoolhouse when it was 3 stories, right there in the picture.
Oh, right there.
So now this is about the schoolhouse up here. That side is about the early village. Around the corner here is Thomas's other books. He wrote more than just Tom Brown's School Days. The back row is again about the 2 tavern inns that burned. And then on the other side is about a weaver named Aunt Dicey. So please spend as much time as you'd like and enjoy yourselves.
So Tom Brown, he wrote several with the same
Yes, one
character.
I'd like to get my hands on is the true manliness. See what he says about the 1880s.
Yeah.
Well, enjoy yourself. Thank you for being here today.
No problem. Thank you.
That was a short tour, man.
That's okay. Probably because we were the only ones. And we didn't ask a whole lot of questions. People usually ask a lot of questions. So this is your schoolhouse for the town. There's now obviously a museum. Some old news stories of some of the original structures. Some of them did actually burn. The schoolhouse itself that we're in burned once, and they rebuilt it on the same spot in 1907. So this isn't the original school building, but it's rebuilt on the original school building foundation. Check out the old loom, that's it. They made blankets and stuff.
There's a thing right here.
Yeah, try me.
I don't think we'll have to touch it.
It says try me. Not sure what you're supposed to be trying it on. Here's some of the old school desks. Your grandmother's got one of those. The smaller ones. Look. Rugby School, class of 1932, 1933. It's just about the school. This old map. Look. It doesn't include Alaska because Alaska wasn't a state yet. I don't want to see him die, so. Just the old print shop. Hello. Oh, can we? Okay, well, I'll just take a quick zip around.
Thank goodness for my ears. Where are y'all from?
Oh, Crossville. We're not too far.
Oh, okay.
But we love this town.
He's up there somewhere.
Hello.
He's cleaning up.
Yeah.
And you're welcome to take any of those things over there.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll bet. John was finished cleaning that up, cleaning
Okay.
rollers. And
we'll get out of your way. Thank you so much.
Sure.
The old printing press where the newspaper was printed. Oh, there's a sign for that Newberry house she was talking about. It's one block out down that way. Might have to go check it out. Art studio there. The old commissary. Well, we're in the south.
Which is okay. I can handle it there somewhere. As long as I can understand.
Rugby History. Perigo Alexander Boarding House. The lady that runs this place is an extremely talented artist. I've purchased one of her prints for one of her paintings before. Oh, look, they're still open. Yes. Oh, about the bigger size of that print right there, the affiliated woodpecker.
Checking the store in like 6 years.
Oh, look, coins. British and American coins, old ones. Look, there's a Thomas Brown's Cool School Days. The paperback one down there. Newberry House. You can rent it and spend the night and stuff there, as obviously a family is doing that. Oh, that's a private residence down there, but that looks cool too. Look at the gazebo. I forget what that's called. Dang it. Another old structure over there. Yeah, this is a very old book. We need to take care of it. Okay, we'll be back. Okay. Looks like that's it for today. We're walking back to the car. Gonna go grab some dinner and then head on home. Hope you enjoyed this little crazy video. And we'll see y'all next time.